Welcome back to Sunrise Daily, continuing our focus on developments in Edo. We're now joined by Kassim Afegbua, who is the Commissioner for Information in Edo State. Thank you for coming on this morning. What we just did here, Honorable Osage narrating what transpired. Yes, we also did see your comment, but now he thinks that you were not there, so you couldn't have authoritatively commented on what transpired on the day.
Thank you, Chamberlain and other members of the panel. I want to believe that as a government, we have different platforms where we collect information. I don't have to be at the event of any incident for me or for us as a government to issue a statement. What we quarrel with, which necessitated, our issuing that statement, was because the Odubu campaign organization, directly and indirectly referred to government or persons in government, officials of government, as being, part and parcel of this particular action of assassination attempt. We were worried as a government that we shouldn't be in the news for the wrong reasons. First. Two, we also felt that the Odubu campaign organization were too hasty in arriving on that particular theory of assassination attempt, because there were other eyewitnesses account. First, the chairman of the APC in that local government was inside the building, and other delegates that were there to receive the deputy governor. So we found it curious that somebody who was inside the building holding meetings with delegates and an unruly crowd was outside creating crisis. How could you just come up with such a conclusion that it was an assassination attempt? And in their statement, they said the deputy governor was shot at. When you say somebody was shot at, I'm sorry, this your hearing aid is giving me some kind of problem. Just 2 seconds. They said he was shot at, and that to me suggests that the assassins or the assailants saw the deputy governor and shot at him. But if they said the deputy governor was in the premises, that is inside the building, the secretariat of the party, where they were holding meetings, and we had gunshots outside and all that, it would have been a different ballgame altogether. But to say the deputy governor was shot at was for us too hasty. We've also received preliminary reports from the police and all that, and we had a basis for us to issue that particular statement. Don't forget, the campaign organization of the Odubu campaign should understand that the deputy governor is first and foremost the number 2 citizen of Edo State. But he was in Auchi as an aspirant. So they have to learn to draw the line between the deputy governor as an aspirant and the deputy governor as a deputy governor. At any rate, the campaign organization should not create a wedge between the governor and the deputy, or even the government which the deputy represents, as number 2. So we find it very curious that rather than present issues as they were trying to twist the whole issues in the final analysis just to pander to sentiments rather than the substance of what actually transpired. Because we have eyewitness account, we have our party people there, we have called them, we have asked questions, and before we came up to that conclusion of saying that the allegation of assassination was rather hasty.
Did the eyewitness accounts narrate to you that the aides, both security and otherwise, attached to the deputy governor were also injured?
That again raises very curious question. First, you should ask yourself, if assassins were there and they shot at the deputy governor, what were the the security aides. What are they doing? The deputy governor has full complement of security aides, numbering up to 20, police, state security service. Was it that bad that they couldn't even apprehend one of the assailants or one of those persons or the government? What we concluded, what other eyewitnesses account told us, which we believe, was that the deputy governor's entourage, the campaign entourage, came into Auchi and Fuga and Agribo with talks, or they call them party supporters, but when they got to the premises of the party at Auchi, they became unruly with the local crowd. So there was altercation between the crowd that came with the deputy governor and the crowd they met on ground. In the process, they pulled off the canopy that was set outside to receive some of these people, and while the deputy governor was inside the building holding meetings with the delegates. So in that process, even one of the security aides of the deputy governor said he saw when the man ran across the road to go and pull his pop passion. And meanwhile, they were all armed. That was the security men attached to the deputy governor were all armed, number over 20. But there was also police from the area command in Auchi present in that premises. So was it that bad that they didn't see that somebody was shooting gun and they couldn't also gun the man down, or the so-called assassin? So that was why we raised very curious, a question about this assassination attempt. It was just an unruly crowd that, engaged in a brawl with supporters or members of the deputy governor and the local crowd. Among those who sustained injury, 4 of them are party loyalists right at the secretariat there. 3 of the deputy governor's security aides sustained injury. They were outside the premises, not inside, because the escort commander ordinarily cannot be inside the premises, that is inside the building with the deputy governor. He has to be in charge of the convoy. The other guy, the SSS who sustained injury, will also have to be outside, watching over the premises, so to speak. So it was disturbing for us as a government that they could just hastily come up with this idea of saying the deputy governor was shot at, and because he was shot at, it's an assassination attempt. There was nothing like shooting at the deputy governor, because he was inside the premise, inside the building, holding meetings with our party supporters, party delegates, and other executives of the party. And none of them was hurt by any bullet.
All right,
not any of them, because we had asked the chairman of the party, Alhaji Umoru Akokia. He gave us graphic account of what transpired.
Okay, so in other words, clearly you chose to believe the accounts given to you rather than the one issued by the deputy governor's office. But did you get across directly to the deputy governor to find out if he was really shot at?
The governor immediately, the incident happened, called the deputy governor, and he spoke with him. And he gave him an account of what transpired. And the governor, condemned the act and said he will call the commissioner of police immediately to wade into the incident. And as soon as he finished with the deputy governor on the phone, he said he called the police commissioner, Chris Ezike, who swung into action immediately. Don't forget that even the police were represented right there, the area command, they were there, men of the police were there. The deputy governor's security, full complement of security were also there. And so the governor showed solidarity with the deputy governor. And also in our statement, we said we condemn the act, in very strong terms. So it was wrong for Samson Osage to say that we didn't show solidarity, we didn't condemn the act, the way he presented it.
It would seem that you condemned it on the one hand and took away the condemnation with the second hand. Because I'm a little taken aback, and I think when I saw the statement, I was a little taken aback, and I'm further taken aback at the explanation that you're giving now in terms of being hasty to conclude. Because usually what you will see within political parties is that they would appeal to the police to fish out the culprit and say, yes, our deputy governor was nearly killed because there were gunshots and people were shooting around. I mean, he could have fallen victim to the mayhem which you talk about, which was around him at that time. Are you not bothered about that?
No, I think you should understand my explanation better. What I said is we had the campaign organization of the deputy governor, that's the Dubu campaign organization, do not represent any arm of the police. That's one. For them to conclude that it was an assassination attempt, that was too heavy for us. That was a bad image for government on its own. That's one. Secondly, we condemn the act on its own, and we said we are calling on the police to do both preliminary investigation and to unravel the immediate and the remote cause of that particular incident.